it's on the nose of a board. They take about half hour to get to their feet, and then they do like they wiggle their arms and nothing else on like a half a foot wave.
Good evening, everyone. It's the Insiders, 29th of January. Kick-off day for Pipeline. Kick-off day for the WSL Tour 2023. How are you, Matthew?
Very good. Excited for a new year of competition as such. And I think that there's some good new things, good new people, good new surfers. So excited. But I know we've got a lot to chat about. So let's crack straight in.
I was excited until I had to have a crack at watching the morning show, and it took me 5 minutes of ads and rigmarole before I even got to the morning show, and then was even more deflated when I had to listen to Joe Turpel. I met Joe a couple of times, and all's good and stuff, but I'm wondering if we don't need a little bit of fresh blood injected into the machine. It just doesn't sound very exciting to me.
Sounds a bit like copy and paste, like exactly saying what they said last year and what they said the year before.
Yes.
The year before. So yeah, there's a bit of funkiness. But I to be honest, I didn't watch the morning show. I don't watch the morning show.
I fast forwarded it.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing into 3 minutes because I couldn't hack it.
I saw that they had the call as off, and I was like, okay, well,
I'm not really that excited for the event, strangely enough, because the forecast isn't very good, which is it's making me feel either old or jaded because, I guess it's because it's Pipeline. You have such high expectations that when you see crap forecasts, it's really dejecting.
Yeah, I feel similar about the forecast and the event. I also feel like I don't know if this is me getting older, but or not, but I feel like I've just gone a little bit off comp surfing.
Potentially. Well,
and it'll come back.
It's been 4 or 5 months since we've had any high caliber competition surfing to watch. The other thing I'm kind of against is this Apple Watch thing. I just don't think people should be forced to, one, wear a technology, two, where, some of them might have had contradicting sponsors, and I just don't think with the big green push they've done over the last few years and potentially the next few years, and what the rest of the planet and humans in the Western world are trying to achieve, that pushing a technology which personally, Apple Watch is probably great, but everyone's got a smartphone in the world with time. So now we're just pushing another product, want to get ankle bracelets as well.
Yeah, I saw in the comment feed on the WSO's Instagram that they basically got absolutely roasted for it. They got
okay, good.
But people are saying, well, what stops them making calls? Like they've got an Apple Watch, and like Jessie Milodara was like, she replied to some people and was like, well, it's in the rule book that you can't use it for anything else other than getting scores. And then I was like, okay, so if it's about just getting scores, why not? Like they always have Strider in the water. So why not just have Strider with an Apple Watch, and then every 10 minutes Strider can have a megaphone and he can just make sure the surfers know. I don't get it.
There's a lot of things there. That's a 60 grand retail FOC free of charge order they've popped through just for the athletes.
Yeah. And also it's like
it didn't cost them that much to make.
Yeah, obviously. But the other thing for me is like technology, we've all got, like you say, we've all got smartphones and stuff. It's not that reliable. It's not super reliable. And what about if you're in a semi-final and your watch says you're winning and you've got priority, and the other person's watch says the same thing, but they're winning and they got priority, and one of you drops in on the other, And then you go, oh, my watch told me I had priority. How do they prove anything? Like, there's not.
Has each watch got a black box like the aeroplanes?
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's like next they're going to make them all use nose-mounted GoPros for which,
Yeah. I'm over it. I'm
which,
over that. I'm over that.
by the way,
I'm
that is
over it.
the worst angle you can ever put on your surfboard. There's a nose-mounted GoPro.
Yeah, like they've got the TV series about them. They're in bed with Apple now. I understand commercial agreements and stuff like that, but this is a little bit over a commercial agreement. They could just say that the riders are all offered the watch, whatever, but forcing people to
Yeah,
like do they do that in the GP? I suppose
yeah.
it's not that safe, is it? Like going 300k an hour and go, hang on, wait, it's the last lap.
But what about like we've just also the other thing for me is, and we won't spend too much time on the watch, but we just watched
Spend the
the
whole
Hui event.
potty on the watch, man.
Yeah. We just watched the Hui event where Kalar Grace and the other Japanese guy, who I'll butcher his name if I try and pronounce it, had helmets blown off, right? So Apple Watches aren't super strong on their wrist straps and stuff. So what if your watch just gets blown off first wave?
I've never surfed with a watch. Maybe that's my stance on this thing. I
I
hate it.
I only surf with a watch.
I did a couple of times when I had to get back to work.
Yeah, when I got that's exactly it. When I'm on my lunch, I've got a watch on. Other than that, nah, get it off.
I used to try and go by the theory that if I think I'm late, I most probably am.
And then you might as well, if you're 5 minutes late,
Got to come in.
you might as well be 10 minutes late.
Quickly
But
come in.
but I do moving on from from the watches, I guess. I do think that I don't know. There's something about this year where I look at the surfers and I'm excited by like three of them in the men's. I'm actually way more excited about the women's tour this year.
Nah, you'll get into
Yeah,
it.
I will.
Gabe and John are back, man. We got Gabe and John back. Jack's starting to feel into his shoes. Ethan Ewing's on fire. Who else we got? Italo had a crap year, come second. Yeah. Toledo's most probably going to win pipe and chopes. There's good stuff to have, right? I'd like to see Ryan Callahan just blow someone out of the water. I don't know if he's got the metal.
I think he has. I think he's
got the talent. I'd like to see someone like that come in. He's just shaboom, Seth Moniz or something like that.
Arco, I think, is one of my dark horse picks for this year. Of like
Leo, top three. Everyone's always had a bit of a bag on Leo, saying, yeah, he's kind of a journeyman thing. But it was super exciting when he was younger. Just had a bad run of injuries. There's a whole bunch of guys that could do something.
So here's something I spoke to you about off camera last week. So I want to pick a man and a woman now that we have to back the whole year. Like, so you pick one and I pick one. They're like I said, I support West Ham. You have to win and lose with West Ham. Yeah. So this isn't I'm picking John. You're not picking the world title. You're picking
your favourite. You're picking an underdog to do better than what he's expected. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm thinking you're picking the one surfer that if
they're... Because I'm sure the listeners don't have a clue what you're going on about, because neither do I.
Right. So make it as simple as possible. Your surfer, if their name came up against anybody else in the draw, you'd want that person to win. So it's not about who you think would win, it's who you'd want to win. Your
favourite surfer on the tour is what it is.
Huh? Yeah. So Ethan Ewing. I was about to say I have a pretty good idea who you're going to pick.
And Ethan Ewing, Molly Picklum.
Ah, shit! I was going to pick Molly. Yeah, I want Molly. I'm sticking with Molly, so we can both support Molly. I'm going Leo. I always want.
There you go. Good on you.
Yeah, so I'm going to back Leo. Like
I would have said Maxime because I.
Okay, really... you can have two. You can have Maxime as well.
Yeah, I'll throw him in. I seen him in the surf the other day, just down here at our local, and it was packed. It was freezing. I got in the water at 10. I was sitting up on the dunes with Patrick Bevan, ex-pro surfer, and we were just going, it's freezing, and it was packed. And eventually I checked a whole bunch of other banks. There was nowhere else. So I went out there, and there was Max out on the peak, and I was like, hey, he's wee, and we had a quick chat, and I said, you ready? He goes, I'm going on Monday. And I kind of got like 2 or 3 shitty waves, and I come in, I didn't see anyone get any good waves. And then that same night I saw him do a post, and it had like 7 videos of good little barrels and all this. And I was like,
Sick,
but he must have been out there in at like 8 o'clock. It was freezing. Like, I'm not, like not zero.
Yeah, still cold.
Just a little bit cold, 0.
Yeah,
that's freezing point. So he's pumped.
good on him. So okay, cool. So we'll both back Molly. We'll both back.
What do you think about Ramsey's ankle injury? We don't know nothing about it.
I was going to be kept very quiet. He's got to be quite clever, hasn't he? He's got to be quite sensible. It's like, does he risk it for pipe and potentially mess up his whole season, or does he play it safe at pipe? But then obviously that's his one throwaway straight away, and then he's got pressure to do well to make the cut. Hard one.
Like last year, look at the dudes last year.
Yeah.
Liam O'Brien, Carlos Munoz, and them. They just got axed and they didn't get back on tour. No. Carlos Munoz is there waiting for Ramsey to pull out.
Even Arcal, because he had the thing up pipe where he had the broken arm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both done Surfival, and we spoke with the guy who started it up last week and stuff. I've paid my $20. I'm in.
Yeah, so did I. Paid me $20.
Who have you picked?
It hurt, but I want to win. Kelly.
Okay, I've gone John.
Oh, you're using him first. John.
Because last year I saved him and then he got injured.
Ooh.
So I've gone John.
It is his event.
So, yeah, which is scary because he has got Gabe and Leo first heat, which I think Leo's as scary as Gabe, and Gabe's, well, not as scary, but Leo's he's so sick at pipe. Like,
yeah, he's good. I just can't see him beating John. And
if it's weird out there, then I think John's got a huge advantage because
that's like if you're a good boxer, right?
Yeah.
I can't think. Some of our listeners might know boxers. Let's say you're a good boxer. You're at their prime. That's like saying you're Evander Holyfield. I remember him. Or Michael Spinks. They're older dudes. And they go, okay, you're going into the ring with Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's going to knock one of them out if he gets lucky. Is he going to knock 2 of them out? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Well, we'll see. I'd like to see him do it.
I think your pick with Kelly for your Surfival, again, same as John and same as some other people. The weirder the waves are, I think they've got more advantage. Because
just that I can't see a better event for Kelly apart from Chopu, and it's not sure he'll get to there. And even still, if I got to Chopu, I might pick John or Gabriel.
Kelly's a very, very good pick for pipe.
So, wait a minute. Well, we'll see. He probably could get knocked out, and that's it. Retirement party next week.
So that's our pick to make it past around a 32. Men and women, pick who you think will win, and then maybe pick a dark horse.
I got a strong feeling that Carissa's not going to let another one go by her. She nearly won the Hui. No, what was it? The Vans. We're not going to call it its other name. She nearly won the Vans. She got like gun hell wave in the Hui. Last year, she got what, second? Or the other time against Tyler Wright, she got second.
She got second twice.
And it's not looking like it's perfect pipe, which is Moana's secret weapon.
It looks like it might be backdoor.
Yeah, what do you think Femgoat can do there backdoor? Mademoiselle Gilmore. I think she's good at backdoor.
She's sick. I've seen some clips. She's sick. She's an underdog. I definitely think for if it is mainly backdoor.
Yeah, she
And
can't go. She can't go. Well, she can go left, but she's not going to match Carissa, Molly. Even I don't reckon.
I think
Moana.
Molly's barrel riding. I
She's
watched,
my under. She's not even an underdog, but she's my second pick.
yeah, same.
Carissa, Molly.
Okay, cool. I'm going Tyler Wright or Molly. But I watched Molly in that toasted thing, that Katie Simmons thing, which we'll talk about in a different day because I could talk about it for about 4 hours. They are mental. She does a turn in it like that.
Yeah, I saw
I
it.
just
Down car.
I just screamed at the TV. I was like, stop it. It's fucking out of order.
It jumped up and just fucking yelled at the telly.
Yeah. So Molly's like, she's sick.
An
And
inanimate object television.
yeah,
Matthew.
I know. But yeah, okay, cool. So well, I'll go Molly Tyler. You'll go Molly.
I got some
Carissa.
crazy left of center picks for the men's.
Go for it. I was about to ask you.
John and Gabrielle.
I didn't expect you to say either of those.
John just even if it's junkie pipe, man, he's just he can get barreled. Those other years when it's small, you see he sits on that inside, they get those inside rights that no one even looks at, and he gets like 6-second barrels on him and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm going.
Gate didn't win an event last year.
No. Nor did John. Did he? Don't think John did either. But I'm going John or I really want to say Jack Robbo.
I think he's good too. I didn't say him, but I'm trying to keep my crush, my boy crush, my surfer crush off him.
Yeah, Jack Robbo is one of those. He's one of those people where.
That's why I said before I said Ethan instead of Jack as well.
Yeah. Because Jack Robbo is one of those people who just finds a barrel. It's not even barreling and he'll find a barrel.
He's sick. I'd love to see him win the world title. I just gutted it at Trestles again.
Yeah. But okay, cool. So there are pipe picks locked in.
What about underwhelmers? I'm wondering if Baron Mia can back it up for a second year on the trot. I don't know. I think he's got the firepower and everything.
I think Baron's one of the lucky people where the first 5 events, especially the first
suit him to hell.
Especially the first 2 events. You know, he can almost, like he did last year, he can almost qualify off of 2 events.
He could win Margaret's tour. I don't know why. I wonder. It's
and
just it started so strong and then didn't finish off. I haven't seen anything of him.
No, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because like after the cut, so many surfers just kind of just relaxed, but didn't. And some of them relaxed and increased their performance. And so, like Jackson Baker, I thought before the cut, Jackson Baker was surfing with an intensity in a fight, and after the cut,
just gave him 5 months off. They're just stupid. They got their best. Yeah. They got all these instead of fucking giving them watches, give them some more events.
Yeah,
they should. The tour should finish, even if they want to keep Trestles, mid-October.
Yeah,
which adds another month to it, and then it goes straight into.
It'd be good if they
or whatever they should. It's just finishing too soon. It's just stupid.
It would be good if they had Trestles as an event, but not as a world title. Like have it as a regular stop in September. And then go somewhere for a final 5. Go to the.
But I can't think of anywhere off the hook in October. I'm trying to think. It's just a weird little month in the world somewhere. France, no, because we don't have a reef. Huh?
Pumps in England.
the Canaries. There's a couple of good spots that would throw.
Yeah,
tricky.
And they should throw them out there with the locals because the locals in the Canaries are nutters.
Like, what do you think the Brazilian Storm's going to do this year?
I personally think that it's going to be like I believe there's the potential where it will be Gabrielle and John to win every event between them.
I got a feeling that maybe the Storm has got a Caucasian. What's a cyclone
Yeah,
coming at them? But just because the Jack, Griff, Ethan, who's
I,
another one of those dudes? He's
I
not
think
Caucasian, but he's Kanawa. There's just a crew that I reckon can match them that
yeah,
I
I think
didn't
the
think they
door's
could a few
closed.
years ago.
Yeah, I think the gap's really
The
closed up.
gap's closing.
Yeah, but I also think that we will hopefully, fingers crossed, are going to see how big a gap there is between John, Gabe, and then the rest.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
But I do think the
John's
waves
looking pretty good. He doesn't do those airs anymore. He could just come out and win 5 events in a row.
and
Gabe,
then
yeah, we'll see. I
what
hope
about
not.
those? Like, so my prediction, I've said this in writing to
I'd
some.
rather be a 5 horse race than a 2.
Yeah, my prediction is that John's going to win the year, and Gabrielle will win the world title.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah,
And I think Chris is going to win the world title and Steph's going to come second.
I mean, I'd.
Because I don't think she'll have a bad start to the season like she did last year.
Mm. Do you think Katie Simmers has a chance of making top 5?
Maybe. I mean, see, here's the thing. If it was a guy, and I'm not doing this, it's not anti-Me Too. If it was a guy doing a young kid who came on tour with a bit of a traditional sort of thing, I guess you could say Ethan. Well, Ethan was as highly touted as Katie when he first came on. He just got bundled off, and people were like, "Oh yeah, it's old school and stuff." But when Katie did cutback at Snapper and everything, and everyone's going, "Well, cutback," I think it's just a big push for. I just think it's a marketing push for a young. I think she's incredibly talented, but I don't think she's even close to Steph on a ride on a Trestles wall. Not even close. And I think Katie Simmers will be multiple world champion. Huh? That's a big call, but I'm nearly positive. But I don't think she's there yet, man. She's 17. She's little. She needs to grow into it, get some more experience.
She's very good, but
I don't think it's good. I mean, I reckon O'Neill, they've got to, I reckon a parent should be saying to them, hold off. They should have, they said, they made this big thing about her not doing the tour this year. It was a big thing. Oh, she's not doing the tour. And everyone said it every 5 minutes. And then instead of that, they had a full video series of her the whole year everywhere around the world.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Do you know where I'm coming from?
definitely. I
Are you
personally
smoking
think
what I'm rolling, man?
I definitely am, and
I'm wondering if it's not too much pressure.
I
And she's an introvert.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
All that marketing pressure.
that's actually a question I had to ask you actually, but back to that in a sec. I think you're 100% right, and I also think that like when you watch Toasted, which is like again, I'd really recommend it. I think Molly's like so underrated, and I think if people fucking hyped Molly Picklum like
Yeah,
they
she's kind of good like her, but she's not American, so she doesn't get as much hype. And she's 3 years older, 2 years
yeah,
older, 2.5 years older.
but she's also
Big thing,
got
huh?
years. And I also think though, I think the biggest thing with Molly surfing is that she had a year or she had half a year on tour last year, and I think that's a huge advantage.
Yeah,
And
yeah. She got knocked off. It's like a bit of a punch under the chin.
I'm my like out there prediction for the year is Molly makes top 5.
I hope. Yeah, I can't see. Honestly, there should be nothing stopping her. Before, I was never the biggest Tylerite surfing fan, but she was just Like she was a child prodigy. She won a
Yeah,
CT event at 14.
something
Right?
crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
You can't take it. But I just wonder if, like, her frontside hack, it's not as, it's not as, it's more power than the other ones are technical. And it
Mm.
seems these days they're going back to that sort of thing. We'll soon see. We'll soon see. Hey, so this is on the topic because it was, and that's why I brought that up. You saw that little video I sent you through, which I'd already seen, but I meant to tell you again, which listeners should watch. Stephanie before the Trestles final last year, where she's on a shortboard and then she's on that fish.
Yeah,
That's outrageous.
it's
How
crazy.
good she's surfing. Like outrageous. It's as good as any of the guys, full stop, on tour. It's not like good surfing for a woman or good surfing for this. It's as good as anything. Like there's one frontside wrap that she does that she comes so close to taking some dude out that I don't know why he kept his board there. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Have a look at it. He just duck dive, man. And she must see him coming through halfway through the turn. And I think you can see she pulls it tighter.
Mm,
That's really,
technical.
yeah. Just the speed
She
she had, everything. I just can't, like, that's like when you watch that video, you realize why she won and from heat 5.
she could easily she could easily blow the tour away again this year. I feel like the
She
win
doesn't have
last
to win at Chopes, does he? Because she
no
could still already be in the top 5 by
the
she gets
win
there.
the win last year obviously meant that she's now the greatest of all time, like numbers wise. And also I think it kind of just was a little bit of like a you can still do this.
She looking fit, man. Why
Yeah,
would she not have a crack at going for Kelly's?
she should.
Well, she got 8.
100%. She got 8, yeah.
She
And
pull another 3 off and she come in under 40. How
she's
old is she?
34. So if she
Imagine
wins
she
one,
won 3. Imagine she won 4 on the trot now. She'd be
yeah,
37. That'd be pretty rad, wouldn't it?
I'd be buzzing. I love her.
Like we'll see, because the young crew are incredible. Don't get me wrong, they're incredible, but they're not doing what she was doing in that video, man.
Nah, I
Not
think
even close.
I think the young crew are going to have a good year. I don't think it's going to be. I think so. Maybe back to what you just said, or what you was kind of going to go down to say is, I think there could be a year of like quite a lot of like household names getting shown up this year.
Like Coca-Cola, um,
Like
McDonald's,
Kolohe Andino.
Samsonic,
Yeah.
Samsung.
I think
That was
Kolohe,
Samsung and Panasonic.
you're off your head. But I think Kolohe, I think
Is Kanoa forgotten news now?
no, I think he's gonna have a mental year.
He's got a video come out. Is it?
Yeah, was
So,
it
sorry, viewers. Wait a second. Let's get that laugh again. Because yesterday, like, we had a party for this dude on a Friday night. Quick interlude tells a story. Party Friday night. I had been off the piss all January, mate. Like dry January. Went to this mate's older mate, because I'm not that old. Older mate's party on Friday night and had a couple of drinks. So the next day I was a little bit edgy, and it was the first day of the week that surf went kind of crap. It was like a blessing, and I got some couch time. I watched 4 YouTubers. What do you call them again? Vlogs in a row.
vlogs?
Listen to this for an awesome foursome on the Eddie. Nathan Florence,
Yeah,
Koa Hoffman,
yeah.
Zeke Lau, Mark Healy. Do yourself a favor, listeners. It's just like that. That's about an hour and 20 minutes worth of viewing. It's just incredible. I'm going to say once again, I said it the other week, huh? Like, there's nothing better at the moment available in content than behind the scenes vlogs for because they're behind the scenes. Like, we're not just watching the Eddie commentary and a couple of people surfing. We're watching a dude who's stuck in the car in the parking to get to the first heat, and then out there with better filmers than what they were filming, like just concentrate on one person. 4 in a row. It's just so exciting. And then when I got through them, I think the last one I finished off is Mark Healy, and he's probably the least hyped of them all. Yeah,
Yeah.
smallest sort of thing.
Yeah.
And his, like, the camera footage on his was just incredible. He's 41. It was just amazing. And then on the side, I saw heroic qualification Kanoa Igarashi. It just
Didn't like the touch
didn't resonate with me after watching an hour of 20 of dudes just sending it in 30 foot. The most craziest thing ever.
I do think that, like, I completely agree. And some of them and some bits of them, I'm like, you're a cock. But that's the same as everybody, right? But Nathan Florence's, especially, like, have you seen the one where he's talking about his wipeout at Jaws? And he's talking about, like, things that just where he's like, oh, I took off, but I thought I was on a shorter board and the tail got caught in the lip. And
yeah, it's incredible.
And breaking
Did you
down...
see the one, the YouTube, like his GoPro footage of looking down the face when he doesn't take off?
Yeah, it's sick. When he I think he holds his board up, and I think it's Matahai Drole, if that's the correct pronunciation.
Matahi.
Yeah, he like gets the wave and stuff, and you got this sick angle. Even though nose mounted GoPros are the death of me, he gets a sick angle. Yeah, like I said, weirdly with Nathan Florence, he makes the most unrelatable position to be in relatable. And I
was even being more specific in this one. Like, this one was just so good because it was an event as well. Like, imagine we had, and like Billy Kemper and a couple of them, they say it's the greatest day of surfing in history. And obviously I really liked it, and it's something that I grew up really wanting to watch and everything. But I don't think it's the greatest. I think for them it's the greatest day in surfing history, which is okay that they think that. But, you could say the greatest day was Chopu and Kelly, John, and then, which was incredible. And for me, I think one of the greatest days in competition history was this Mexican comp that they did.
Yes.
It was, I can't remember how many years ago, but it was like, there's no real one best, but that was pretty good. Like, if you had Griff doing a vlog behind the scenes at Pipe, like, why would you watch Make or Break when you can watch his that's literally is unscripted?
Which he usually does as well, which is quite cool. Like, he usually does the Cola Bros thing and stuff, which I really like watching as well. But we'll see if they continue it, because I think he's getting a bit more serious and stuff now, which is good.
Yeah, we'll see how things go this week, but I think no one's coming out of the gates at us, is it, with this pipe contest?
No, but back to what I was saying a little bit. Do you not think that there could be men's and women's side, like almost like a reality check for some of these people who have been quite comfortable on tour, but like,
oh yeah, for sure,
comfortably doing nothing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a cut this year. They got no excuse. There's not going to be any surfers protest about the cut. There's 5 events, half of them are off.
Yeah,
maybe it's not half, whatever, a third.
Yeah.
So really, it's out of the gates. Like, you can't have a sleeper. That's why Ramsey's probably going to try and surf. I mean, you got to think that Pipe's maybe less wear and tear on the ankle than what Sunset would be, because Sunset, he's going backside and he's got to do off the bottoms and hit the lip. If I were Ramsey, I'd surf Pipe and then take Sunset off.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably
Ramsey. I've got no idea what's wrong with his ankle, but I just think Sunset's a heavier ask for him than Pipe.
Potentially.
And then Super Tubes is barrels as well.
Yeah.
He must be gutted, man. He must be gutted. Like Sophie McCulloch, she's off. And I mean, it's different for Joanne DeFay because this was the first event she's ever lost. She's got ankle injury as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'll give her a wild card, Joanne Defay.
Yeah,
She's 2 years in a row the final. She's won events. She's Europeans after Jeremy most successful surfer.
yeah, and she's already
Europe's.
yeah, and that's that's the heavy bit about it. It's but I wonder if Ramsey's isn't as bad as we think, and that's why we haven't heard anything. Because
Maybe it's just a small tweak.
because Sophie's is bad, and so she's announced it, kind of thing. Whereas, because it'd be pretty heavy if Ramsey knows he's not surfing and they're not announcing.
Yeah. He would have said it.
For
If
Carlos and stuff.
it was that bad, it would have just been, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
It's not like Liam O'Brien where, like, you know, he gets
snapped it.
carried up the beach.
Yeah,
Hope he can go all right.
I think
Sometimes
right.
a minor injury like that can create better focus.
I think he would do good. I think he would do good. I hope he still remembers that if he wins pipe, he's got to get his afro mullet as well, because he's promised us that.
Oh, has he? Who's that?
Liam O'Brien.
Ramsey. Oh, Liam.
On our poddy, he said, didn't he? He said if he wins pipe, he's going to get a mullet with the fro.
We'll send him a good luck and a picture of some
Afro
shears.
mullet. Yeah.
Shears.
But yeah,
Have you got any crazy event happening in the comp prediction?
Yeah, I reckon that. No, actually, I don't know.
I reckon that commentary. I reckon the commentary is going to make us turn the volume off.
Maybe.
Because if it's not really good, like last year they had best ever.
I don't know. I can see the funny thing is
they're just going to have to dribble like us for fucking 4 days straight.
Yeah, I can see someone doing something funky with the new rules that they've brought in with, like, you're not allowed to do certain things in your after heat interviews, and like they said you can't wear caps. So
what if you FaceTime the head judge with your watch from out in the water and just fucking lose it at him? Sonny Garcia surely started smashing his watch with a hammer.
Yeah, surely Kelly's going to do something. He doesn't really like rules, does he?
I want someone to smash a watch.
Does Kelly like wear a Samsung watch at a protest, or
wouldn't you love to see that someone come in and just smash their watch with their board?
Yeah, or like put it under your wetsuit, so it's just like it's not there anyway. Like
you're gonna have to have a good backup sponsor, or someone like Kaloa who's got so much coin.
Yeah,
$1,000 a fucking watch. I'll tell you, I had a look. $1,000 one of those watch.
They're not that much. I bought Emily one.
The 8 Ultra. I had a look.
Oh, is that what they've got?
Am I wrong? I had a look. It said $1,000.
I wonder if they're all refurbed ones.
$1,000 for a digital watch.
Yeah, it's mental.
Some geeks. Where do they get this money from?
Just for the government to follow you.
So, give us the do's and don'ts.
So, do's or don'ts?
Do's or don'ts. Do have a yoga routine.
Yeah,
I did Bikram tonight. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I did Bikram a couple of years ago, and I started doing it. And in my 30s and early 40s, I was scared of doing yoga because I had a back injury, and eventually I got into it. It was the best thing fucking ever, like for your neck and all your surfing muscles. And then I had to have a break when I hurt my knee last year, and I'm back into it. It's just incredible, man. It's just so good for your surfing muscles that I honestly don't think you need, if you surf a lot, you need to do a lot of other stuff.
So, naivety come to play here. What's Bikram yoga different to normal yoga?
Well, it's hot yoga. It's in a room of 40 degrees. So it's like having a sauna, and yoga at the same time.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
Well, I don't sweat so much anymore. You kind of get used to it, and I just really think it's a good way to stay injury free.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
Huh? So that's just a bit of a training tip. Huh? I
Good
mean,
too.
I only go once a week, sometimes twice. If the surf's really good all week, I'm not doing it because it's like an hour and a half. It's like a marathon, this thing, huh? And you don't. I don't think you necessarily need it. But then when the surf's off the boil, it's a great way to then
Keep up.
get all your muscles pulled back into position. It's kind of like having your own chiropractor. It's fucking sick. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good do. What about don't?
Don't go out in the surf when it's haggis and freezing. It's
That doesn't need much
just a
explaining.
soul destroyer, man. I did it today. It was supposed to be 1.1, 1.2 at 12, 13 seconds, which is like sometimes you get that same forecast here and it's 6 to 8 foot.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 foot with a little northerly chop, not even chop, but just a bump in it. And it has been for the last week. We've had the northerly kind of flow coming through. That's why it's been so fucking freezing across Europe. I'm taking it cold where you are.
It's always cold in England. But yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it's non-stop cold and shit for your whole year, you got to eventually bite the bullet and get in.
Yeah.
But if you've had a good run of surf and then it's a day like that, I think you're better off re-energizing at home or couch potato. Nothing wrong with a couch potato every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that makes complete sense. So I'll start the opposite way around. I've mentioned it a couple of times. They're just getting on my nerves now. Don't use a nose mounted GoPro. It's the worst angle of your surfing ever. Every wave looks exactly the same, and it just does my fucking Sweden. And I'm sorry.
I just don't. I'm just off the GoPros to
Yeah.
together, man. I told you about that dude the other year down here. It was like it had been shit for a month, and it was like one of the best days ever. And I got lucky because there was a fishing comp on, and I ran through it, and it was 4 or 5 foot like with sets and period. And I seen this dude paddle straight inside me with his GoPro in his mouth.
Yeah.
Or on his head. Some fucking that was on his head. And set came and he got washed in. Because why were you wasting your
Yeah. It's just for me, especially at the moment, when people have them mounted on their nose and you see them take about half hour to pop to their feet.
You mean the nose of their board, not the nose of their face, don't you?
Yeah, nose their board, yeah.
I just wanted to
Good to clarify, because there's fucking weirdos out there that will do the other way around. And that it's on the nose of the board. They take about half hour to get to their feet, and then they wiggle their arms and nothing else on like a half a foot wave, and then post it to Instagram. And I'm like, just stop, save everybody the disappointment, please, and just don't.
We don't care.
Unless you're Nathan Florence, then take it off.
And Mullimore. We don't care about your wave.
Oh, talk about that quickly.
Just enjoy your memory.
Before my do, Tom Lowe. If you go to Tom Lowe's Instagram, everyone goes to Tom Lowe's Instagram. He's got a wave. He posted one of his recent waves in Ireland that rivals Nathan Florence's barrel. 100% rivals it, but because it's not Nathan
Inside
Florence.
or backside?
Oh, it's a good shout. That's a good shout. I don't know.
Hey, he had a movie come out with Van.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a
yeah, it was sick. Anyway,
that was sick.
So that's my don't.
He's a bloke.
Yeah.
No, lad. Call him a lad. He's a lad, huh?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. I've surfed with him at Price Sands, actually. It was sick.
Fucking sends it.
Yeah, sends it. You go so quick.
One of my mates told me that we shouldn't be saying send it, but it's all right. He's 65.
Yeah. Wow.
Older mates. I'm not that old, listeners.
Yeah, exactly.
Another clarification.
And then my do is go on strike missions last minute and do make the most of your weekends. This is a moan at my mates.
And also have old mates. I'm jumping back in on you there. Because these older guys, they're my mates. I was kind of like their little adopted son, younger brother when I first moved to France. And there's this crew of dudes who are older than me, and they all kind of adopted me because there was no one up here kind of my age when I first moved here.
Well, that's what I'm doing with you and Fipsy.
There you go.
And
It's good.
Bradley.
It's good to have a little bit of
Yeah,
advice when you need it.
exactly. Yeah, but no, my moan make
Your
the
wife
most.
hits you over the head with a frying pan and shit like that.
Yeah, no, mine is make the most of your weekends. We all work hard. Most of us work hard, and don't spend your weekend doing fuck all. Like, and this is directly at my mates. On Friday, forecast looked good for Saturday. It was like 2 to 4 foot, 3 to 4 foot, really light winds, and we have to do a 4 hour drive. And I offered my mate,
Is that a 1 way or 4 hour return?
it's an 8 hour drive in total, 4 hours there, 4 hours back. And I said to my
But
mate,
not in one day. Did you stay there over the night?
now one day, right? Because I said to my mate, I'll drive there.
Fucking hardcore, Matt. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I was like, I'll drive, I'll pay the petrol, just come. And all day on Friday, he was like, oh yeah, maybe. He was even like, oh, what board should I take and all this? And then 5 o'clock,
Did he give you a fiver for the petty or at
he didn't
all? Or
come.
not?
At 5 o'clock, he went to me, nah, I don't think I can be bothered. I was like, you've not got to do anything. I've got to
Did you
drive.
go by yourself?
No, so my mate Ryan is a hero. He at 9 o'clock on Friday night was like, fuck it, yeah, let's go.
I'll
So
come with you so you're not Johnny Malone.
yeah, because I was in the worst mood on Friday night when I didn't think I was going. Emily was trying to talk to me, and I just sat there as if I was.
But don't they want to surf?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like
No, neither do I.
you spent all. He works at a surf company. He spends all week hearing about other people's trips and other people doing this and that, getting all psyched. Has the opportunity to go surf Cornwall, and someone's going to chauffeur him there basically and back. And it was like, nah. So my do is make the most of your weekends, people. We work hard. And I
Make the
went,
most of fucking every day. Like I'm going to put a video on our Instagram thing,
yeah,
and I've got mates that didn't surf because they reckon it was too cold.
yeah, that's get out, get out. But for me, it's like,
Talking 9.95 out of 10 session.
yeah. And that was the thing as well, is we rocked up to this, I won't say where, but it was in Cornwall, and it was sick little setup of
Spot X.
perfect left running. In the middle of the beach was this like A-framey peak, and then I went to the top end of the beach, and it was like a right hand. It started to break over rock, but then ran over sand, so there's nothing dangerous. But it was like the perfect shoulder high right handers with head high like waves on the set, and there was me and Ryan and 4 other people on it,
And
they
how
were
did the asymmetric go?
sick.
And
It-
how did the locals handle yours?
I was about to say, and the 4 guys out there that were locals were sick as well. Everyone had real good, because it was like a right hander and it was breaking. It was like real good etiquette. It was almost like conveyor belt. It was like 3 to 4 wave sets, but like quite regular. So like literally like
Dream sesh.
yeah, it was sick. And
How'd your asymmetrical go?
yeah, it's so good. It's so fast. And I'm still I've got this weird thing where if I don't like, if I lean on the front side, like kind of top, like carved type thing, if I'm not on my toes enough when I'm coming back down it, if I put too much pressure on the rail as I cut back down on the inside rail, which is the shorter rail, it flips.
That's why asymmetricals are weird.
But
And
I
next
think
week I'll do a review and
I think it's
pictures
me.
on the Instagram of Bradley's twin. We'll talk about twins another day,
Yeah.
which is the first time I've ever surfed a twin I like. Good night,
Wait,
listeners.
1 second. I do need
I
to
love
do
yous all
some,
like brothers and sisters.
1 second. I do need to do some housekeeping as such. So we had a
Adopted
lovely,
ones. Adopted brothers and sisters.
yeah,
Housekeeping.
yes, we had a lovely message from a listener on Instagram. On the last episode, I mentioned I was surfing a new board and it was a 7.7 Morris Cole, and he's asked a little bit more about it. So just a quick kind of minute wrap up of it. So thankfully, Morris Cole sent some boards up to Board Shop, and
Is that a 20 then, that one?
so yeah, so it's
Don't
called,
give us a long story. Give us
no,
the
no,
specs.
it'll be a short story.
Specs.
So it's called the
What's
Alpha.
spec?
It's called the Alpha Twin. It's actually the one I've got is a 5 fin setup, but I've been surfing it as a twin plus trailer with the Mayhem 2+1 set, the Evil Twin set, is 7.7, but it basically ranges 7.5 to like 9.1.
But
And
it's a twin, so those they must be cluttered than the fin boxes there.
Mate, you want to see it? It's not normal. It's got a big, like it's got a really pulled in tail with a really big. He calls them fluted flyers, but it's like a really big hip on this flyer, right where the top fins sit, and then it's got these chimed rails and it's got a hard edge and it's reverse V.
Yeah, I've seen one of them.
He calls it a longboard killer, and I know he surfs like a 9.1 and something else as well. But I got this thing 7.7, and I want to call it a turkey smoker because I sat as deep as longboarders. The thing paddled like a maniac, and then you surfed it from the middle, and you literally surfed it with your knees, like where you moved your knees, the board was just flowing. I was getting rides that I've never had that long at my local because usually it's a closeout. Just flying.
Yeah, you got to buy it. You got to buy it.
No, it's a demo. I've got it as a demo. I don't have to.
There you go.
But
if I was stupid, I'd actually fly up there for a go.
It's amazing. If I was able to shrink it and then make it bigger, I'd travel with it. But obviously, traveling with a 7.7 is a bit long for me. But
well, while you're there, I'm going to throw something out too. Need essentials because I got my sizing wrong. I told you. Sent me a 5.4 3 without a hoodie, and I used it today. Brand new, perfect fit. It just feels core.
Sick.
It's just black.
Yeah.
No logos. Just feels cool. I love Quicksilver. Huh? I'll say good on you, Quickie. But it's kind of cool to just be black.
Yeah.
Or like nothing.
I surfed a 4.3. Like it's cold in England. And yesterday I surfed in a Volcom hooded suit in a 4.3 for 3 hours on the first session. And I was totally so warm. I saw
this 5.4 Highline with the integrated hood the other day from one of the wetsuit geeks from Quicksilver, and I'm telling you, it looked good. I'm into one next year. But if you don't like brands, and there's plenty of people that don't like brands, and I don't blame them, go for fucking Need Essentials, all black.
Yeah.
Huh? Who are your ambassadors if you're riding Need Essentials? Torrin Martin, world traveling tube guru from Gick Art land, and Laurie Towner, the ultimate surfer,
core lord,
surfers. Did you see his round Australia trip?
Yeah.
I watched that. I watched it when I come out, but I watched it the other week because it was up, and because I think he come out with another 5-minute. He's just come out with a 5-minute video, or it came out where he's at Nalu.
I'm waiting for the thing to drop. That I think it's called Chasing Monsters or Facing Monsters.
Oh, that'll be good with the brother with nutcase. What's their name?
It's why is it just going straight out of my head?
We'll see it.
But
one was Malcolm. There's two brothers. Courtney something is the brother.
I've forgotten his name.
We're so sorry.
It looks sick. Yeah, sorry everyone. It's too late. It's a Sunday.
But Laurie Towner, they could give a wild card to Pipe, and I'm telling you, I'd pick him.
If the forecast was looking better, I would.
You know who he looks like? Ian Gentile. So that's the same as Laurie Towner. I reckon Ian Gentile. Sorry, no one else will have noticed, but I put him in my fantasy team.
Have you?
I reckon Ian Gentile's a crack.
I've not gone anywhere near him.
We'll soon see. He's good evening, viewers.
We'll wrap it. Au revoir.
Au revoir.